Hello guys, welcome to another review. This is gonna be about NX500 from Honda. Today we had pleasure to ride it, both me and Relja.
Hello guys.
We rode together and we wanted to share some of our impressions. This bike has a great ergonomy, as it can be seen over here. Relja, you can sit over here, man. Yeah, as soon as I hopped on this bike, it feels very compact, but it doesn't feel like you don't have space at all. Yes, so as you can see, when we sit, I'm 183, and Relja?
Same.
Are you same, man?
No, I'm 185.
You're taller than me.
Yeah.
Amazing, I always forget this. So, it's very comfortable. The knee angle is not too extreme. It's somewhere in between, I would say, street bikes like Nakeds and the adventure bike. And for Relja,
it's really comfortable. Yeah, definitely.
It's not too bad, right?
Yeah, it's not too spacious, but it's comfortable, definitely. I mean, I have space, but this is enough for me, let's say like that.
Yeah, and we are not very short, you would say. Also, from the perspective of the handlebar is not too tall, not too low. It's right where it's supposed to be, I would say. It provides more pressure on the front wheel, and it's very confidence inspiring in the corners, I would say. You have feeling what your front tire is doing. So as you can see over here, it's very natural position. The seat is providing very nice comfort. It's a bit shallower here on the sides, which makes your legs stand firm on the ground. So the knees are quite bent over there, and when you stop on the stoplight, you have very good control over the bike. The seat so far, after around 30 minutes of ride, feels nice. It's not too hard. It has some softness to it, and it helps with these bumps because of the way it's constructed. The comfort-wise, while we were riding together, this seat for around 2 hours of riding, it was really sufficient. I did not feel any problematic areas. It was comfortable enough. There is slight pressure on the wrists, just only slight. Like I said, it's in between adventure and naked position. So most of my weight is on the seat, but the seat is somewhere in between soft and stiff, maybe a bit more on the softer side. And from the factory, I would say really nice, not like some other bikes that are like wooden sticks. Relja, what about you, man?
Well, for me, the seat was comfortable in that time of 2 hours, but maybe I'd say that my top time would be like 2:30 before I needed some rest. But otherwise, I mean, it's definitely comfortable. Again, spacious.
Yeah, that's another thing I forgot to say about this one. The space, like it's you would feel like this bike is you know, when you say 500cc, you immediately think it's probably more compact, it's smaller, it's not meant for two, but this bike actually proves different. There is enough space between us.
Yep.
It feels very roomy for me and also for you, right? You told me the same story.
Yeah.
You don't feel like you're suffocated over there?
No, I mean, I have like 15-20 centimeters between us, so that's plenty of space.
Great. And now, in terms of the sound of this engine, let's fire it up. Oh yeah, feels so smooth and nice. Doesn't feel nervous at all. So it kind of gives the vibes of much more higher powered bike, I would say, and I like it. Even during the ride, it's very tamed, the sound, but you still hear some nice vibes. What do you say, Relja?
The whole thing you said, I just agree with that. I have nothing to add. You covered it all.
And we are so same, like, I think we should merge as one person when we do these reviews. Okay, gears and shifting. Now the shifter feels very smooth and precise. Downshifting quite easily, upshifting as well. It feels so tactile. This lever, it's so soft. I don't remember I felt softer lever. Actually, yeah, on Vogue 525, I think it was even a little bit softer than this. But this is even like I can shift it with one finger, no problem. So like even if I go down in gears, downshifting, upshifting, every time it's very precise, very correct, and I really love it. Like the gearbox, amazing. I also think you didn't feel much of any
No,
gear
no, no.
changes.
I mean, there's instant response, and of course, my body moves towards if you're downshifting or upshifting or accelerating or decelerating. I feel it, but
Hold yourself
I'm,
stronger, man.
yeah, I'm adapting like in a moment, in instant. You know, I just feel that, let's say, impulse, and then I just recover from it in half second, and then it's just good to go.
Now, the only minus thing I felt, but it's a minor gripe, it's not a deal breaker, it's just this engine is very smooth, and like I said, the gearbox and everything is like very relaxed, but the vibrations are there on the handlebar mostly. Like other parts of the bike, I would not even mention them. It's just the handlebars have some slight vibrations, like some kind of small buzziness over there, which is not bothering me much, but it's just I would maybe prefer them to be a bit more smoother to follow up with the engine character. After some time, you know, you actually tend to notice them. They are not bothering much. They are not bothering to some extent that I would say it's a deal breaker. It's not like that, but you can feel the engines working, and it feels a little bit just more buzzy than I would prefer. Now the engine itself really works nicely, and it has muted but nice sound, so it doesn't feel like the engine is stressed at all. It's just the vibes are existing. Did you feel any vibrations on the pegs, on the seat?
No, on pegs, nothing. On seat, maybe, but I don't know. I can't really disguise it if it was just a bad road or actually vibrations from the tires. So I really can't say. But nothing too serious.
Great. Okay, fine. The acceleration itself, the acceleration of this bike for 500 cc's, it's just what I would expect, but even a little bit more, because the torque is over there present in each gear, which is really nice. So from 1 to 6 gear you can ride and have your power. It will not suffocate the bike. Even if I go 40 kilometers per hour in 6 gear, it remains like a 4-cylinder bike, because you don't need to downshift. You will not get some strong acceleration, but the bike will still start accelerating. I'm gonna try and see now how the acceleration works over here. So if I downshift to the second gear, this is 5000 RPMs, and I want to accelerate. This is the full acceleration. It's not lazy at all. So at this high revs, you get whole power, and it pulls really nice. Now if I put it in 6th gear and try to accelerate hard on it, it still goes, so it doesn't suffocate even on 60 kilometers per hour. Let's see how it works on 50 kilometers per hour. It still goes. So even though this is 2-cylinder bikes, you can cruise 50 kilometers per hour, 6th gear. Let's see, even lower than that. This is now 40 kilometers per hour, 2000 RPMs. You can cruise also with this one. So the engine is really tuned up so nicely that you can rely on it, you can enjoy. You don't have to shift up and down so much. So I guess it was nothing bothering also for you when you were sitting.
No, I was enjoying these accelerations, honestly, because
it was not.
Yeah, it was not much
push.
How you say? Yeah, jerkiness.
Yeah, there's no jerkiness.
Yeah, that's just great. Just great.
Yeah, considering the jerkiness when we touched this one, lots of bikes nowadays have this on and off feeling, especially when you want to cruise, to put in maybe lower gear or even higher gear. Just go like 30, 40, 50, 60 kilometers per hour, and you start giving a little bit acceleration, or you just want to keep it, they will start feeling like on and off, which is really a ruining experience. So if I go slowly at 2nd gear, keeping my 25 kilometers per hour, which is probably something around 15 miles per hour, and I want to accelerate, release, accelerate, release. It's almost non-existent, which really makes me happy. Like, it's less than on Transalp. I put it in 5th gear. No, let's say I put it in 4th gear. Go 30. Yeah, it's very smooth. There is no that feeling that the bike just doesn't know where to go. The brakes, the front one surprised me very much. This thing brakes instantly. Nobody behind. I will test the brakes right now. Yeah, the front dives as it's expected, like with the ADV bikes and the bikes that have longer suspension, but it's not bothering at all. Squeezing it a little bit and it will immediately be there to support your braking. So 10 out of 10, definitely. And the nosedive while doing it is present because, of course, you have a little bit longer suspension over here, but it will not do some crazy kind of nosedive and not return back like on some ADV bikes that are very soft. This one returns like almost instantly. So it's totally fine. And now if I check the rear one, yeah, the rear one, as with most bikes, does not respond like that so quickly. It's it's more soft and it requires more press. A little bit let down, I would say, because it's not complementing this front one on the same level. It needs more pressure, more input, and then it activates and it brakes, but I would require more. So I would put this also on some kind of a minus list because I see that as the thing that can be improved. Aurelia, how was it under the braking?
Well, you said the nosedive. I really, maybe it's interesting and I don't know, but I didn't really feel that nosedive. I mean, sudden you pressed the brake, front brake suddenly once or twice
Yes.
in our ride, and I wasn't aware of that you're gonna do that. So I wasn't expecting that. And okay, I mean, of course, I'm gonna go towards you, but nothing too crazy.
Okay.
So basically, I'm honestly just, I feel like I'm in control here. Even though I'm just not doing anything, I'm just holding bars, sitting on top case and everything, lean back on top case. Just like I'm in control and nothing can surprise me.
It's also nice about this bike because we have room, so the bike is not short much, but it's also not long too much in suspension. So it's nice balance between having control as a rider and also the pillion's enjoyment in terms of this on and off and in terms of up and down in suspension. So it's really nice balance for cruising and chilling. The mirrors over here, it's like I said, the handlebar is not too much up. So when you're off-road, it will not be so good for someone that's very tall. Maybe if you rotate it a little bit upwards. And that in return means that these mirrors are a little bit lower, which means that they will not be somewhere like on some ADV bikes up over there so you can instantly see something. You will need to, a little bit check what's happening down there to see in the mirrors. But on the other side, typical Honda, I don't have them covered much with my shoulder, with my hand, with my arm, but I see lots of the things that's going around and behind me. On the look side and on the finishing side, I love this bike. Like dark edition, even with this additional windscreen, a little bit darkened, and it looks like some kind of a Batman bike. Honestly, the finish is really nice. Typical Honda. I don't see anything that's sticking out, anything problematic, anything that makes this bike feel very cheap. It's built to the price, but everything is sturdy, everything is built complete, and I like it. This is your favorite bike.
I know,
so
you said it
I'm
last
asking
time. In last video, you put it in a footnote that
Yes.
it's my favorite bike. I mean, for me personally, my favorite is black and white, but it doesn't really change anything. I mean, the bike is awesome. That's it.
Yeah, very simply said, mostly. Suspension. So the suspension on this thing, big plus. I was shocked. I was amazed that the bike at this price range handles like this, even on a smooth road, on the road that has some imperfections, potholes. Now the suspension deals very nicely with these bumps on the road. Even though all of this is uneven over here, I only feel a little bit. The bike feels steady and stable. Yeah, I'm purposely going over all of these obstacles, and honestly, I expected the suspension to be much worse with Relia behind. When we also went a little bit off-roading, even flying like this with this speed of 60 kilometers per hour, 70, the bike is not feeling like it will fall apart at all. This is a pocket rocket, man. I love it. The bike felt very composed. It did everything I wanted it to do. The front end didn't feel light. Really, how did you feel on this all kind of roads?
Well, he was testing suspension, so he aimed for every pothole or everything. Thanks for that. But I mean, honestly, okay, I felt it. I mean, you can't really not feel it, but that was not like the impact that I expected. Because sometimes, okay, I didn't see on the road and I didn't see the potholing coming, so I wasn't prepared, and it got me off guard. But it was nothing crazy. And then once I focused on the road and see that he's going for that hole, I was like, okay. And I prepared myself. So I was basically preparing for the impact, like it's gonna do something, I don't know what, but it really doesn't. It just absorbs it, and that's it.
Great. Our dear cameraman, come here, brother, and show this TFT. Just typical nowadays Honda. It's very nice, very clear. You see everything what's to see over there. You can change everything easily. And over here you have this joystick. That's a new thing for Honda, and I believe it's also backlit. So very simple, very nice, very clear what's happening over there. And I don't feel that I'm missing out on anything. Now, the price opinion. I think this price is very justified. Can you, dear cameraman, tell us what's the price?
8,000.
8,000. 8,000 for Honda. That's gonna be totally reliable. That's gonna be doing everything like cruise along, do solo, two up, long tours, city ride, twisties, and do it with such a smoothness and a low maintenance, cheap price. Like, what's the consumption over there?
3.5 liters.
3.5 liters. So it's amazing. Like, I love this thing, and it does everything. The only thing, of course, you can do off-road with 19-inch front wheel. You will not be able to do something crazy with this bike, but still, for most cases, scenarios, for most riders, this will be okay for light gravel roads. It wants to do a wheelie. I love this bike. If you need the bike to do everything with it, and you don't need, you can sacrifice some kind of exhilarating power, but on the other side you want it to be cheaper to run and maintain, and to be very practical, very lightweight, and very much easy to approach, low seat height. I would say this bike is definitely for you. Even though if you go two up, especially if you're lighter rider and pillion, definitely go for it. Even if you're heavier, you will be able to manage with this bike, but at that point maybe you should be looking at something that has more power, and maybe some kind of a step up in terms of a power, like a Transalp, and also the suspension. So that would be my conclusion. Aurelia, what's your conclusion with this thing?
I love it. I want it, and I hope that I'm gonna get it anytime soon.
Quite simply said. I love this
Simply,
thing.
yeah.
You're
just
so
simply
simple,
said.
not like me complicating things. Get your butt down, man. Let's now hear and see from our dear rider. Aurelia, can you give the microphone to our friend while we are waiting for our brother Ivan to put the microphone? Are you ready, Ivan?
Yeah.
So can you tell us something about you? Like, why did you buy this bike? And maybe just be next to the bike so people can see.
So basically, I was looking for basically some beginner-friendly bike that can basically do everything. I mean, I can use it for daily rides, some weekend, longer trips. Basically, you can do it all, and I'm pretty satisfied with. You can basically ride it with A2 license. It comes with 500cc, so I'm perfectly satisfied with it.
That's great. Can you sit on the bike and tell us
Yeah.
what's your measurements? How tall are you?
I believe I'm around 184 centimeters tall, around 75 kilograms. Yeah, it's pretty much comfortable. The only maybe problem that I have it is the position for the gear selector and the rear brake is kind of sporty. It's not adventure like on Transalp or
Yes.
something similar like that in that range, but you get used to it.
So you would prefer your leg a bit more forward.
Yeah.
Okay, did you notice anything that you would also change, some also other negative things about the bike?
Well, it maybe doesn't have too much electronics on it. You don't have any profile modes like you can choose. There's no rain, there's no sport mode, no eco mode. It's pretty much basic in that regard. Maybe they could add something in that price range. I mean, if we're comparing it with some Chinese brands in that price range, then it would probably be better to have it. But it's all right.
Do you plan to also change something about this bike, add some accessories?
Well, I changed the visor in the front. This one is 30 centimeters taller, dimmer, and maybe a bit wider. It kind of helps with wind protection. And basically, I added this top case from Shed, around 48 liters, aluminum one, and I'm pretty satisfied with it.
That's great. So how do you feel about the wind blast over there with this windscreen?
It's much better than with the stock one, and it kind of goes with the looks. It basically looks like it's stock.
Who would you recommend this bike to?
Well, any beginners or someone like Relia, for example. You're looking for something that's low cost, maintenance free, and you can go around easily with it, even in the city or basically everywhere around. It's basic my recommendation.
That's great to hear. Also, that goes well with what I said about the bike. So guys, that will be it for this video. I'm very thankful that you watched it, and I hope you found some information useful, and we'll see you in the next one. Bye bye.